Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
When drunkenness meets intellectualness meets bro science, you get bro soup time. This is Dean and the Boys.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. This is another episode of Dean and the Boys, brought to you by Bro Soup Time. I got some good people around me right now. We have, to my left, Mr. Ryan Manheath. Let's go.
Sorry about that intro. I got a little too excited.
You did get excited. Sounds like you had a great weekend. Can't wait to hear about it. That was my radio voice. Had a great weekend. Can't wait to hear about it. We have our number one star tender.
Number one star tender.
Mr. David is in the house. Hello, hello.
You're making me blush. But thank you.
Boy. We have Mr. Slutslut.
What's up? What's up?
And then Big Bad Bab.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoop. What's going on, guys? How was the fucking weekend?
I'm having a great time.
Oh, killed some brain cells.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Much better than you were last week.
Boring.
Yeah, last week was it? No, it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago when you
Two
were
weeks-
Oh,
So-
two weeks ago you were dead.
Yeah, I used up one of my lives. I'm like a
So
fucking.
how
I'm
many
like
are
a
you down
cat.
to now?
I don't know yet. We'll figure it out.
But first, we have to announce this. We have to announce it. The day of this recording is Monday, the 23rd.
Ah,
So
You
that's
know what
out there
that
now.
means. You know what that means?
What does that mean?
Mr. Slut's birthday.
Hell yeah. We're not going to say how old he is.
No,
we don't need to. We've never been a numbers people.
No, we're not
Facts.
big numbers guys.
Or facts.
except for the accountant over here.
Yeah, except
25, right? With a little extra practice.
Yeah, exactly.
He just took some victory laps on 25. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame him for
Allegedly,
it.
I'm in my 30s.
I like that. Allegedly. So, we celebrated your birthday. We went hard.
A little too hard.
A little too hard. I have a lot of video footage of the
That's-
shots you took.
That was awful. My friends are. You guys are assholes.
I'm just glad I didn't have to take those with you. And you got out of the number one shot.
Yeah, the one that you guys always make me take because you think it's hilarious. The one
Yeah.
that blacks me out.
Which
one
one
was
is
that?
that? Oh, Rumple.
Rumple.
Yeah.
No, you took one.
Shit. That sounds
You don't remember that? We took the car bomb and then I dumped a little bit of rumple in there and called it the mint cookie shop.
No, I don't remember.
That didn't happen. I just wanted to freak you out a
Would have
little bit.
surprised me. You guys are dicks. I think it was fine. Everything was good after the first bar. You guys were nice to me. I don't even know if I had a shot at that point.
I don't think you did. Not the first one.
And we see David, and it all goes to shit.
All goes to
Rooftop,
shit.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So walking in there, I felt like all those old ladies were just staring at me like a piece
Yeah,
of
they're
fucking
looking
meat,
for
dude.
dick.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I'm into that bar. He told me, he gave me a real big head at the beginning.
Yeah.
A real big head at the beginning. We
That
walked
means two
in.
things.
Yeah. We walked in, and he was like, as we were walking up the stairs, he was like, that old table just I fucked you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, look at me. Here we go.
Kid still got it.
And then he had to go potty. Big Bad Bab had to go potty. So I was like, I'll go with you. Just to walk by that table again. They were gone. They were gone. I was trying to catch it this time, see if there was anything good. There wasn't. But then we did take the long way through the dance floor. And you're right. Some of them old ladies.
You guys went all the way downstairs to go to the bathroom, even though there was a bathroom upstairs.
Yep.
Well, it's locked. It's only one toilet. Someone just walked in there. So
I got you.
No, that place is notorious for old ladies wanting some young buck dick.
yeah.
Is there a problem with that?
Yeah,
No,
I don't see
no,
an issue.
I
no,
don't see a
no.
problem with that at
I'm
all.
surprised you guys don't want to go there more often.
No, I do. I definitely do.
Well, we didn't even say that. Though. I thought that was where we were going to be
It died
need
down
to
real. Why does
go
that die
there
down so
earlier.
quick?
because we didn't go downstairs.
Because it's an old crowd.
Because the downstairs
They
area
gotta go to
cleared
bed.
out, and so people went down there. It was still packed downstairs when we left.
It was. It was.
So-
You know, it's usually kind of late when you guys get there, I feel. Midnight-ish. You gotta
Yeah.
consider coming in a little earlier sometime, because the earlier in the night it is, the better the ratio is. Way more girls than guys the earlier in the night.
Well, this
Ooh,
would have been
that's-
handy to have a lot
just telling
earlier
you.
than now, sir.
Well, now you know. Now you're informed.
The 7-8 years we've been going there, and now we just figured this
I
out.
mean, there's some weekends where I swear to God, at 10 o'clock, it'll be 3-1 girls to guys in there.
I'm into
And
that.
then by
wow.
about midnight, all the guys come in and the girls are like, I'm tired. And they go home.
Well, hang on. So we have to.
And the ratio just completely skews, and then it's a sword fight. By
Well, that means we have to
1
completely.
o'clock.
That means we have to completely start drinking earlier if we're going to show there at show up at 10 o'clock.
Or you could just, be that your first and only stop.
Well, I got to have a little
That's-
confidence walking in,
Oh,
and I
okay.
need some little courage, little gasoline for that.
That is if you can handle me shoving drinks in your face all night.
Yeah,
We do that anyways.
we do that anyways.
Might as well do it earlier.
I guess.
Get some more practice in.
So what about
And we rarely make moves on anything until after 1 o'clock, anyways. Though, so really
That's a
being
good
there
point.
that much earlier.
Yeah, we're just trying to get stragglers at that point.
Right.
Just looking for broken heels and tears. At that point.
Broken Heels and Tears. That is going to be the name of this episode. Write that down.
That's a shirt.
That's a country song right there.
Right there.
Was it Broken Heels and Tears?
I'm
Heels
just
and
looking for
tears.
broken heels and tears.
I like that.
That's when you know to strike.
Right.
Tackle drunk bitches.
The last guy to buy her a drink, not the first one.
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
So, David, how long have you been a bartender?
Actually, next month, my bartending experience will be old enough to vote.
No shit.
Oh, shit.
So it's been a minute.
It has.
That kind of ages you a little bit.
Well, I'll be 39 next month.
Okay,
I know, right?
that's what's up.
It's a good age.
So now that's out there. Great age.
Some of the girls that come in there, and I just look them in the face and say, "How old are you?" And,
Like when they hit on you?
21. I just turned last month. And I say, "That's a damn shame because I started working in restaurants before you were born."
Next.
Nice. So what's the first of all? Before we get to our stories that you have about us?
Oh God.
Oh, I don't have any stories about you.
Okay, perfect.
Come on now. I already told you what happens. Happens at the bar stays at the bar.
No, well,
There's a
now
bartender-
we can reveal it. Just no
No names.
no names.
No names.
No names.
I'll try.
And that covers it.
Protect the innocent.
We can bleep it out if need be.
Oh yeah, that makes it funnier. When you bleep stuff out, it makes it funnier. If you listen to episode 17, I think it is, with AC and Cornbread, there's a lot of bleeps there because I was hammered and
We were
kept
drunk
saying
and
their
kept
name.
saying their names.
Anyway,
And the stuff we tell about ourselves already is probably pretty bad. So you could probably use names. It's not going to hurt our feelings.
Yeah, I've talked about fucking trannies on this podcast, so
Yeah, he definitely has.
that's out there. You can pretty much say whatever you want.
all right.
But what is the craziest thing that's happened to you in your bartending career?
Oh my God, I don't even know.
There's so much. So many
Yeah.
things are running through my head right now.
I mean, I couldn't. It's like, conversation will happen, and then somebody will say a word that sparks my memory, and oh man, I saw somebody do that one time. But to sit here and trying to think of
Just nothing stands out when they
weird
say
shit that
what's
happens.
a weird story.
I had to call
Okay.
an ambulance on somebody that passed out at the bar because I thought he was dead.
Oh, okay, go with that.
So literally, so I was bartending.
Give
and-
David time to think.
Yeah. So I was trying to give you some ideas. So this
gotcha.
guy came in the bar. He'd kind of been drinking already, but I couldn't tell how drunk he really was. And so I gave him like a margarita and a shot. And I go in the back. It's kind of late towards the end of the evening. It's late for a restaurant bar. And so I come back and he's face down at the bar. And I'm like, hey dude, you can't sleep here, kind of thing. I kind of nudge him. He doesn't move. I'm like, dude, and I start like shaking him, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so I kind of bend over and look underneath. His eyes are open, and he's drooling, but he won't.
Oh,
he's
that's
not.
not good.
Yeah. So I was like, I literally looked at the manager. I was like, call 911, like immediately, like, and so. But he did not wake up. I kept shaking him. Finally, the paramedics got there, and they got him to wake up because they literally just picked his head up and moved him and put him. They fucking had to take him away. They took him outside, put him in the ambulance. They ended up finding somebody to drive him home that was at the bar that he just came from.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
It was scary. I was like, oh shit.
It's a real friend.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen something similar to that when paramedics showed up. They were out on a patio drinking, and all of a sudden the dude just fell over, like collapsed. Like he was so drunk, and he hit his head on a concrete pillar. And so he's out cold, right?
Yeah.
And his buddy, I'm standing out there, and his buddy's like, oh, he does this all the time. He just wants attention. I'm like, he knocks himself out on a concrete pillar all the time. Like, that happens.
That's a thing. That's his MO.
Yeah. So, he's not waking up. So they call the paramedics and try to get him out or try to get him some help. And the paramedics show up, and the guy sees what he thinks is a cop and starts swinging because he kept yelling, fuck you, cops. And kept swinging on the guy, even though they were trying to help him.
But it wasn't a cop?
No, it was the paramedic. It was an ambulance person.
Hell yeah.
And so then he got strapped down and arrested and banned from that bar.
Nice.
So he had a good night.
Do you remember that time Bill started biting people?
I don't think I was there for that.
Oh, I was definitely there for
Hey,
that.
was
You were though. I think you were the only one that was.
Yeah.
That was his birthday.
He was so drunk he started passing out at the table that we had.
You were probably there.
Yeah, you were there that night.
Probably
It was
were.
at your place of
Yeah.
business
How long ago was this?
last
A
year.
year ago.
Last
about-
year.
A year ago.
Yeah, we just had his birthday like 2-3 weeks ago. So yeah, it was just over a year
He was
ago.
sitting down passing out at the bar. Door guys came over and was like, "Hey, he needs to go. And I'm like, all right, Bills, you got to go. And they try to pick him up and start to walk him out, and he wasn't having it. Started fighting back, and then they, do what they do and like start, I guess they like were picking him up and carrying him out, and he started biting him. And they're like, "Does he have any diseases that we need to worry about?" I'm like, I don't know.
And so many times, like if it's really busy in there, I just see a wall of faces. I'm sure there's probably half a dozen fights that happen around that whole block probably every weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, for
And
sure.
Unless it's like slow enough for me to see them move somebody out, that shit
Yeah.
happens, and I have no idea.
Have you ever had to like call the bouncers over, or have you done it yourself where you've kicked somebody out?
Absolutely.
There?
We
I've
just
seen-
did it this past Friday.
Oh, did you?
I've seen him jump
Yeah.
over the bar before when stuff's gone.
I've only seen him jump over the bar to
No,
pee.
you didn't see me jump over.
No?
Yeah, sorry, I don't.
Well,
They don't pay me to kick people out. They pay me to get.
well,
people
producer
out.
Lauren was producer
Spent
Lauren was
too
involved.
much money
So there
on
was
this dental work to have it knocked in by some
well,
jackass.
producer Lauren was involved, and so
Oh,
there was like
okay.
people that worked there. So that's I don't know who the guy was, but I think somebody it was somebody that used to work there, and Lauren was standing right next to it. Like I come walking out of the bathroom and I saw it like happen, like
Oh,
at
yeah.
the tail end of it. There was just beer all over the ground, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was gone for like 30 seconds.
Oh,
That
it's
I
nutty
hope
how
for
much
it
shit
though.
happens around there.
Whenever I go to a bar, I hope, and if I see two people jawing at each other,
You
like,
escalate
I'm
it.
that guy that's just like, "Oh, he called you a bitch."
So, man, this one night, God, it's probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. There was this huge guy, and he could just like, man, he was yoked. He's just eating steroids, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right?
Not mad at it.
And he's in there just getting hammered. And actually, it was a funny person, my girlfriend, and she was in there, and she walked by this guy, and he smacked her in the ass. Well,
okay.
the friend she was with, was honestly more offended than my girlfriend. But so she tells the bouncer, and this guy had already been causing problems. So they go to get this guy out. And he's like, 6'3" and just stacked everywhere, right? So they try to get him out, go right in front of the end of the bar where I'm at. I'm not shitting you. There were 7 door guys on him, and he was still giving them problems.
Just still throwing them
They
around.
finally dropped him right there in front of my spot. 7 of them on him.
Holy shit.
And then got him out front. And, of course, cops and this and that. And I didn't see it, of course, but I heard he's out there and he kind of lunged at McClenny owner. Mm-hmm. And McClenny's not even screwing around with that. As soon as he lunged, hit him with the pepper spray.
I've seen the pepper spray
and
come
just
out before.
lit up the whole patio and just dropped this guy, and he was a clown. Looked him up after the shift was over. He was the head soccer coach at UC Santa Barbara.
Oh,
Oh, no shit.
I don't know if he was at that moment, but he
And
at
just
least
on
at
all
one
the
point,
Mexican
maybe-
supplements?
yeah, I don't know if he was out
Apparently.
there on some kind of soccer scouting trip or what, but
Soccer guys usually aren't that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
well.
past his prime, so he's,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
probably
it's
just
crazy.
working out like crazy. Like, I don't know. Fuck it. That's hilarious.
But yeah, I've never seen 7 guys have to like sitting on his head type stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
Straining dude.
2 guys on each limb, and it was, man.
There's the one guy,
Crocodile.
the real big guy that picks you up sometimes.
Oh, the Dozier.
The dozer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He seems like that to me. Like he just
Yeah.
looks like the mountain.
yeah. He's cool.
But he seems like the nicest guy ever, too.
he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we always, like, I remember the first time I met him, you had already met him before, and you, like, start talking shit to him, and I'm like, Eric, I'm not backing you up. Like, this is
I
not
always talk a
happening.
bunch of shit to him. Yeah.
I was like, this dude, how tall is he, do you think? 6'8", 6'9", and just,
Yeah. He's close to Jason.
he looks like the mountain from Game of Thrones, basically. And he's just a big fucking dude.
He's a big boy.
And Eric walks up to him and goes, "What's up, pussy?" And I was like, God damn it, Eric, I'm not backing you up. This guy's a lot bigger than me.
I normally don't get too mouthy unless tequila's involved. So obviously
That is true.
We need to
Tequila's
we need to get you more tequila.
Tequila's his kryptonite when it comes to shit talking.
I like that.
I get mouthy.
All right,
It's a good drink.
so I guess probably one of the craziest stories I've ever had working in a bar. Summer 2009, I worked at America's Pub in
Oh,
Westport, which is now where Throwback is, right?
Yeah. I feel like it's equally
So
as bad.
2009 pub, every Friday and Saturday, 800 people in the place.
Yeah.
10 of them are white, and that's the people working there,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
All right.
Got the
so
crowd now.
set the scene.
Yep.
It's my first night. I'm
Oh
training.
shit.
And I'm up at like the front bar. If you remember pub, when you walked in, there was a front bar, and then you went through like a little walkway, and then there was a huge dance floor and a bar in the back, right? So I'm at this front bar with 2 other bartenders. About 1 o'clock in the morning, this huge fight breaks out that completely engulfs that entire front area. We're talking like 15 people in this fight.
Just a big old brawl.
I have never seen anything like that. Ever.
Wow.
And just every single, all 15 just throwing bows.
Yeah. I mean, just, everybody, like, pocket here, pocket there, add it up. I mean, it was just, man, it blew up.
Were chairs
West.
being thrown or anything?
If there were chairs, there
Yeah.
probably would have been. Trash cans, yes.
Yeah.
Like midget wrestling style. So
Which I want to go to.
I'm just standing there like eyes wide open, jaw on the floor. I look side to side, and the two bartenders I'm next to still working. Like they
Just
see
like
this.
nothing
Yeah,
phased.
They see this all the time.
It's just
It's,
happens. It
Oh,
just
really?
happens, man.
no
Just
big
keep
deal.
serving.
And I'm just like, you seeing this shit? And they just, not even phased.
This is a regular Friday.
Yeah.
Well, Westport, hell,
An
it's got
hour and a half after, like right around last call that night. After that, I'm assuming it was tied to that fight. Right there on Mill Street or in the parking lot across the street where Applebee's was, and
Yeah.
somebody popped off a couple shots.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It was actually at the same night where there was also somebody did a shooting down at Envy. You remember that downtown?
Oh, yeah, I
on the
remember that
road?
place. Yeah.
So the shooting in Westport didn't get any press because Envy stole the spotlight.
I feel like Westport, like it was really shady for a while. It got cleaned up, and now it's going back to
Yeah.
shady. Like,
So the cherry on top of that, when I finally got to leave and go get in my car was in the middle of the crime scene. There
Oh,
were circles
no.
on the pavement where they picked up the bullet casings,
Oh.
2 parking spots away from my car.
Oh, my
I had
God.
to ask the cop which way I should drive out of this, and another cop held up the yellow tape so I could get out. And
that's insane.
Oh wow, that's intense.
I was.
that was the first night, and I'm like, God, do I want to keep working here? The manager guy, every single night, the office in the back, and there was like a back alleyway with a door in there. No shit. He would count the money at the end of the night with a loaded handgun on the desk at all times.
Oh
And
yeah.
there was cameras on that back alleyway, so he could sit there and watch the alley. And if somebody was coming up, he'd grab that gun,
Ready to go.
He was going to be ready.
I'd almost have to. I'd almost want to do the buddy system on that and have another guy with a gun.
Crazy.
I'd totally have somebody in there with me. Like,
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be
that's
in
really-
there.
Well, hell,
Pop
just
up.
like what was it, 2 weeks ago? Bronson made his way down to Westport, walked out,
Yeah,
and there was a
out there,
shooting there,
yeah.
and he's just walking out, and there's bodies.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
he
happened-
walked out of Throwback. I was down there too with Erin, and she we left way before, like an hour and a half before, and I was just talking to her. I was like, it just feels like something's about to happen right now.
Yeah.
Because you get the reason why I guess I don't like that it's blocked off. I get that it's so busy, but you get all these groups of dudes that are fucking feeling drunk and tough,
Sure.
and they're just looking for a reason. You know what I mean? To fight, to do whatever. And I'm just,
Yeah.
you can fucking cut the fucking tension in the air. I
like
swear to God. It's
That
just, you
jerk
can.
was talking to the girl I wanted to take
Yeah.
home. It
Yeah.
could be something as simple as that.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
we left before at like 1 o'clock, maybe like midnight. And then, yeah. The next morning, I told Erin that, and she looks up KCTV5, 2 people shot right outside of Throwbacks
Wow.
at like 2:30 in the morning. I said, like, see, told you, like,
I've been down. It was kind of the same thing as Bronson had. I was down there at Kelly's 2 or 3 years ago, partying in Kelly's, doing the whole thing. Walked out, and there was caution tape all around, and there was basically a crime scene. Somebody got shot right there, just right outside of Kelly's. And it's like everybody's walking around like nothing happened, like it's normal down
Just
there.
drunk and
You know
happy,
what's
going to get some
crazy,
pizza.
too, is
Yeah,
how
went to Joe's, got some pizza.
Westport, it transforms like at a certain time. So if you're there, late afternoon into the early evening,
Oh, yeah.
the fucking demographic changes. Like maybe, I don't know, I want to say 9 o'clock maybe. Mm-hmm. And it's like, because I was there on Sunday, we went to Papakino's to get some food.
Let's go.
You just see families out there walking around, people having a good time. There's a concert going on at the Riot Room, like an early concert. Didn't feel, nervous at all. And then you're there at fucking 10 o'clock at night, mood immediately changes. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's just weird.
That's pretty wild. I want to start. We need to start switching it up. Do we go there too much?
To Kansas?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I disagree. We definitely go there way too much.
But I mean, are
You
the
guys aren't there every weekend.
Almost.
I feel like
It felt
I've
like
got
for
like
a
a
couple
50-50
months.
shot. You're gonna show up at some point in the weekend.
yeah? And sometimes we'll show up for an hour at the end and then leave, just like we had to make an appearance or something. But are there other groups that are like you just see them every single time?
Oh, absolutely. That place is full of regulars.
Yeah.
See, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, you guys aren't just like, oh God, here they are again.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are a fun group.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it
Oh,
was
that's
just-
why
I
when
mean-
we got in the brawl, we got in a tussle outside.
Yeah.
We didn't get like in any trouble at all because it just like
Right.
I
They
feel like-
know your faces.
yeah, and they
The
know
door
that
guys
like,
know you're
well,
not, you know, some
I
punks.
just feel like
So-
What
if
was
they
fun-
know that if we're fighting, there's a reason why. You know what I mean? It's not like we go
Absolutely.
and cause trouble.
What
so.
was funny is the guy that was starting shit with us. Even you could hear him tell his buddies like, "Don't worry, I know the door guy here." And we were like, "Dude, that's not going to save you. Like we know everybody here. Like you're going to be in trouble."
We know the waitresses. We know the bartenders. We'll go to the pool. We'll hang out with them after this.
They will come out here and help us beat your ass, and then we will go to the pool.
Well, anyone have anything else? Do we need to break into the news?
News time.
Did we discuss enough of the? What
Oh,
happened?
no, we didn't. We didn't get to all the shots you had to take.
Yeah,
You know, please admit, you got to tell me, that cinnamon toast crunch you had at the end of the night, was that not the best shot of the night?
do you remember that shot?
I don't remember. That was a
So
thing.
we were in cahoots
Oh,
to get out to get you.
Yeah.
Everybody else had cinnamon toast crunch, and you had a Jameson with a splash
Jameson
of
with
milk
milk.
on it.
Yep, that's
It was-
now I remember that.
Oh, I do remember that. Yep.
God, I
I
forgot.
feel like
And
everyone's
that
always out
was-
to get you, dude.
After we had talked about doing the tidal wave shot.
Yep,
He was legit. When I told him that, he was like, "Oh, I would have left."
I would have left. I would have walked right out.
For those of you who don't know what a tidal wave shot
what
is,
is that?
David, will you explain it?
So there is one target on the shot. So if you've got 7 people and one's the target, you've got 1 shot of vodka and 6 shots of water.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever's got the vodka, whenever they go to shoot, everybody else throws the water in their face. And it's a tidal wave.
I think that would have been hilarious.
That would have been so funny.
You guys wouldn't.
That
I
would've
thought it was funny if that
topped
happened to
it
you.
I would have
I
laughed.
would've- I would've
I would have
say
laughed.
that now.
A good sport, though, for
You
sure.
say that
I would have been a
now.
good sport.
I feel
about
like
it.
I'm a good sport.
I've only seen it done one time, and the target literally like that just got up and walked right out
That's
the
the
door.
last thing you want at
Didn't
the
even
end of
close
the
the
night.
tab, just was gone.
No shit.
That's the last thing you want at the end of the night is just to be soaking wet. You look like an idiot.
Oh, but it's only.
crowded bar.
last end of the
Soaking
night,
wet,
I kind
that's
of want to be
aggressive.
soaking wet, if you know what I mean.
I do know. Your hands smell like pussy. But no, what was.
Okay.
You had to take a series of shots.
Yeah, so when we first got there, we started ordering just a round of shots. And then Colby goes, you need to take 3 in a row. I go, fuck you, I'm not doing that. He goes, what if I do it with you? I'm like, I'm in. Let's go. And so he orders a Starry Night shot, which is Jaeger and
Goldschlager.
Goldschlager. And then a shot of Red Stag. And it was supposed to be Rumpelmans, but they had already ordered what was it? Lemon drop shots, which is that was like the chaser at the end of all the other crap that we took. And so I
That
did
red stag is terrible.
It's not good. It's not good at all. But the
It's
red,
not?
no, it's
Why the hell does Colby order it so much?
because he
Because that's why.
I don't
orders
know
shitty
why.
shots. He just orders awful shots all the time. So we did all 3 of those, just like back to back to back. And you guys gave me at least a couple minutes before Ryan decided to ruin my evening. Or not ruin it, but escalate it quickly.
How'd you ruin it?
I bought him a car bomb.
Oh, car bomb. That's
yeah.
we have all this on video, by the way.
I gave you quite a bit of time in between that.
Yeah. Well, I was waiting for it all to kick in. I literally looked at Colby. I was like, "Oh, there it is."
Well, you can thank Colby for that because Colby's the one that put that idea in my head.
With the car bomb idea.
Yeah, like he's talking to you and he's like, Ryan, whispering at me like over your head like car bomb. Like, oh, fuck yeah, let's do it.
I thought I held it together pretty well, considering
Oh,
how much I had.
I was so surprised.
Dude, I
Even
was-
when we made it back to your house at the end of the night,
Yeah. I vaguely remember that. I was fuzzy.
I was trying to get you to do a scrumplement shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
whatever.
God.
There was no Rumpelmans. You were just going to give me egg.
You have rumplements at your house?
No, I don't. We finished it last weekend.
Oh,
I would have.
Yeah, we finished it with the eggs.
Yeah, I would have dumped it out if it was still around, just so I didn't have that happen.
that's disgusting. That's disgusting. We came up with that scrumplement shot on the way to his house.
Yeah, scrumplements. You take an egg.
I thought it was rumple.
Well, it was rumple side up.
Rumple-
That's where
oh,
everyone gets one egg.
Everybody gets one egg, a little bit of rumple, and you shoot it, which we did.
Colby's gets
Which we
a
did
lot of
last
rumple.
week. Which we did last weekend. And on the way there, Bronson was like, "Okay, what if we take one egg, we mix it all together, and then put it in to everybody else's like individual shot, and then with a little bit of rumplements." And Bronson goes, "Oh, that's called scrumple." What did he say?
He goes, "No, I said all that," and then he goes, "That's called scrumplement."
Scrumplement. Yeah, it's so aggressive in how he
Sounds-
speaks
that
sometimes.
Could you guys make that for us at Kansas? You guys have eggs
we
behind the
don't
bar?
have any eggs.
Please say no.
I mean, I have 2 eggs, but we don't have any chicken eggs.
See what he did?
He's talking about his balls. Hey, yo.
That's now much like, can I get a pickle juice back? You mean pickle juice? Oh, no. I don't know.
Pickle juice or pickle juice? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But do you guys have pickle juice? Because I would just have some pickle juice because it's delicious.
You got to bring your own pickle juice.
Oh, okay.
Own eggs and own pickle juice.
I'm going to bring it in
Mostly
a
'cause
flask.
no
They're going to
pickle
stop me.
back.
I'm like, it's just pickle juice,
It's
bro.
just pickle juice, man. It's for my tequila and Jaeger or whatever you're going to chase it with.
Starry Night. I remember when we used to go out in Lawrence. I didn't go out much with you guys there, but we'd go to the Red Lion there. And every time we walked in, it was a shot of Jameson right off the bat, which is awful. I do not do good with that stuff.
What?
It's
Didn't I give
disgusting.
that
That's
to you
my
guys one
shit.
night, and you yelled at me for 2 weeks after that?
That's
I
my
did?
shit,
What was it?
I don't know.
Jameson.
I'm pretty
Jameson.
sure.
Just a shot of
I'm
Jameson.
pretty
It's
sure I
awful.
fed you guys JMO
Yes.
one night, and then
Yeah,
it was
that's a
just
Colby.
like,
That's
God
another
damn
Colby
it.
thing. Yeah, Colby I almost threw up on a girl in Tulsa, Oklahoma, because of Colby. I was just standing there. I was talking to this girl at the bar. I never met her before. We were out of town. It was Vacation Eric. You know how you get
Oh, I
sometimes.
love Vacation Eric.
So I get a tap on the shoulder, and Colby just hands a shot over my shoulder, and I grabbed it, and he just cheers us and goes, "Go!" And I literally, I don't smell it. I just take it, and I literally paused, and was like, and just put my finger up and go 1 minute, and walked away because I literally was so close to throwing up. Like I got the saliva going, and I literally walked over to a trash can and stood there for a second, and I was like, "Please don't throw up. Please don't throw up." I look like an idiot. Yeah, it was.
How did it end with that girl? Was she not there when you went back?
I don't remember. That was like 7, 8 years ago. I don't care. I didn't close. If that's what you mean. I probably kept talking to her. I don't know. I don't remember exactly.
But we also used to do a Starry Night every single night.
Yeah, that used to be a thing.
That is disgusting. That's a terrible shot.
That's not good. I did 2 that last weekend.
I remember one time there was a guy that ordered a beer for his buddy, and then they just walked off. So then you looked at me, and you're like, "That's your beer," and you did the straw thing, so
Yeah,
I
the
could
bottle
just
bomb.
bottle bomb, so I could just shoot it. And I was already hammered. And this is at the end of the night. Like the lights are on, they're
yeah.
kicking people out, and you're like, "This is yours now," and do it this way. And I did it, and
Yeah, you did. You went next level on that in a hurry.
I mean,
I could see it in your face.
that hurt. That hurt. But I remember we got back to your house,
I guess.
and then Katie,
Another night back to my house after the bars.
Yeah.
I assumed I was going home.
Triple C, his lady, Katie said she could out chug us.
She said she could.
Always says that
She
shit.
could shotgun.
dude.
She said she could
Always.
shotgun a beer without
Without
pausing,
stopping.
which is
Yeah.
she's the worst shotgunner ever. It's awful. Like
For real.
she takes forever. If she ever beats anybody, it's like a huge deal at tailgates because she just is. It takes her about 15 minutes to
She'll
finish.
drink like
it.
half of it, and then like if I'm there, she'll be like, "Can you finish this?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Bitch, no."
But she's always the one to initiate car bomb. The idea, or not the idea of shotgunning beers. It's always Katie. It's always
Yeah.
like, let's shotgun.
Or she'll be
What?
like, every St. Patrick's Day I've spent with her, let's go take some car bombs. I'm like, fuck yeah, I love taking car bombs. I down it like 5 seconds, and she takes like 2 sips, and she's like, "Oh, can you finish this for me?"
By that time, it's all curdled, and
Yeah,
you're
it's
just like,
nasty.
"Nope."
I'm like,
I had my first car because I used to not be big on chugging. Like I didn't like doing beer bongs or any of that shit. And I did my first car bomb. What was it, like a month ago?
Yeah,
That's when I did
which
my
I couldn't believe.
first car bomb ever.
Yeah, you've been around us that much and you've never done a car
I'm
bomb?
just not a chugger. I'll walk away.
Where did you do it at? Where did we do it at?
It was at Kansas.
Was it okay?
Yeah, we did it there, and then
Congratulations, you're the
I
first.
served
You gave
your
him
first car
yeah.
bomb?
yeah.
Oh my God, I'm honored. I popped your car bomb cherry.
There it is.
Perfect.
And then fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, now I just want to shotgun beers all the time. I want to shotgun start everything we do.
it's fun.
I thought we were
do
going to
it.
shotgun start today.
Should do a golf
we
tournament where we
should.
shotgun start.
We don't. There's no beers in there though.
Yeah, we gotta pick up beer.
That's probably why Bronson didn't show up. He was supposed to bring beers.
Yeah, he just ghosted us today.
Yep. Didn't even.
Still hasn't texted me back. I asked him right before we started where he was at. Hasn't told me.
Well,
Shame. So I haven't heard from him.
anyway.
Let's get to this news.
Probably should.
But before the news, we got to tell you guys, we know you're going to shop at Amazon.
Every time.
We know you're going to shop at Amazon. So before you do us a favor. Go to brosouptime.com. Click on the microphone in the top right-hand corner. That's going to take you to Amazon. Use it just like you normally would. They kick a little bit back to us.
Doesn't cost you any extra.
Doesn't cost you any extra. It's just a great way you can support the show. Another great way you can support the show is by going to Facebook, looking up Bro Soup Time, liking that page, following our posts, or following our page, sharing our posts. Go to Instagram. Our Instagram's lit. Eric, how's our Twitter doing?
It's going good. I'm tweeting right now.
Yeah.
If I may give a testimonial, I went actually today to the Bro Soup Time Facebook page,
Yes.
and I liked it. It was so easy. It was crazy.
Boom.
I can't
So easy.
believe it.
Anyone could do it.
So easy, it was crazy. Anybody can do it.
All right. Let's get to the news. This guy's weird. Ashrita Furman.
Schweda Furman.
He's a 64-year-old Guinness World Record holder. Homeboy has broken 700 records. 200 of them are in good standing. Still. His latest one, he chopped or sliced 27 watermelons on his stomach with a sword. Did you guys watch that video?
Yeah.
How,
Scared the shit out of me.
how many times did he come close to his hand?
Pretty much every time he did it.
Yeah. Like there's a couple there was I think it was like his fifth one. Like you could just see in his hands like or in his head his eyes like, oh fuck, I got close on that one. Cause like it wasn't like right down the middle every time. The one where his eyes lit up, he cut off like a little sliver of the end, like towards him where his hand was. So I mean homeboy almost lost finger because he just had this sword. It looked like he'd never used a sword before. And somebody would hand watermelons to him, he'd hold it, and just go bam. And then let go of them, and they'd go away, and then they hand him another one. He did that.
Because that's a real reason to get a record, I guess.
Yeah, and he, by the way, shattered the record.
Shattered
the record.
What was the previous record?
20,
20?
and he did 27. He did 7 more than he had to.
Like,
And this is in
a
60 seconds.
time- okay,
Didn't
that's what
he
I say
set
in
the
a
original
minute.
record of 20?
Oh, that I don't know. Every time
'Cause
you
I did
burp,
read an article
I
on this.
smell that.
Sorry.
It's awful.
Sorry.
But no, he did it in 60 seconds. He's been setting records for 35 years.
Does he get paid
Where do you find time to do all this?
on the weekend?
I don't know.
Were
guess.
people eating these watermelons after he cut them?
Well, I would hope so. I would hope so.
Like
I would want them.
Yeah, like a family barbecue.
But they had seeds in them.
Dad's got to cut the watermelon.
I mean, who can make up just random shit,
For real.
Hey, I can pull the most hairs out of my nutsack in 60 seconds, I mean,
Ooh.
it just... Like,
We might put that on the wheel of punishment.
I was watching today. They got that new show, Dark Tourists, on Netflix.
I wanna
which
watch
is
it.
Pretty crazy. But he goes to Turkmenistan, and they were hosting the Asian something games or something like a Junior Olympic type.
The
thing.
Asian Games.
But
Lots of ping pong and
the city in Turkmenistan has the record for most structures built from white marble. Literally every fucking building in this town was built from white marble, and he's got all these crazy, statues and monuments and shit. Cost $5 billion
Jesus Christ.
to build it. It cost his little Asian whatever martial art whatever it was games cost more than the Rio Olympics.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
That's
to
ridiculous.
Fun fact.
Construction fees and shit. I was like,
I am
damn.
actually a Guinness World Record holder. I have a certificate and everything.
No shit.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Part of the Chiefs.
season ticket. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Loudest stadium in the world.
I was there.
There
They
it is.
sent one
Let's
to
go.
everybody.
If
You
you
had
you
to
went
order
online and like had to register and show that you were there.
That's what's up.
That's pretty neat. But this Ashrita Furman guy, he's done this in 40 countries. And some of his records range from fastest time on a pogo stick to longest time to hula hoop underwater.
I feel like hula hooping underwater would be really easy.
I feel like it'd be really hard. How do you get it to, I mean,
Yeah, I don't. Does it
Well,
really
how does it?
run
What do you mean
underwater?
fastest time on a pogo stick?
on a mile?
Oh, for a
Oh,
mile.
for a mile.
Oh, you just
Yeah,
said
you just said-
fastest time.
I
on
said
a pogo stick.
fastest mile on a pogo stick, right?
No, you
Oh.
said fastest time on a pogo stick.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
That's why I was like, what do you mean? Like he just got on it real quick.
It's on the pogo stick in 0.2 seconds.
He can mount it really quick.
Just the fact that he even went a goddamn mile on a pogo stick is
just
impressive to me.
No, yeah.
Miserable.
Imagine
What
how,
the
oh, jeez. And he's 64 years old. His next challenge is to reclaim his title for longest time standing on a Swiss ball. Whatever a fucking Swiss ball is.
Yeah.
Not like one of those dodgeball things.
I have
You know what
no
those are?
idea.
Like
Does
the
the guy have like
the rubber balls?
sponsors? What the hell does he do?
I
for
would
money?
hope
I don't-
so.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't.
Like
you
Red
don't
Bull
get-
sponsors
just-
him or something.
I mean, is he American or?
I don't know. His name's Ashrita. I don't know.
Doesn't sound
Yeah,
sound
that's
very
probably no.
American-ish.
But I'm
Oh, it's just there. It's just one of those.
yeah,
No, it's like exercise
big
balls.
exercise.
Exercise
Just
ball.
say that news site.
Mercer's pissed about the wording of the exercise ball.
Yeah. So, do y'all remember the esurance commercials
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the cartoon lady Erin?
Yeah.
Pink hair, black suit. Kind of looked like Catwoman almost.
Yeah, she would fight
superhero.
robots. She would
Yeah.
fight giant robots who represented overpriced competition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she was created to appeal to their target demographic of 18 to 24-year-old males. It worked. In fact, it worked so much that same demographic wanted to see that girl get fucked. So they started creating pornos featuring Aaron from esurance.
What's the website?
I'm telling you, just look it up. At one point, at the height of her fame, I guess, if you Googled esurance Aaron, 9 out of 10 of the results would be pornographic pictures of her.
Animated porn.
Yeah. And by the way, I looked one up. She's getting, there's a snake slithering into her asshole.
Oh.
Yes.
And then, like, we've all watched porn on the internet.
Not what?
Wait, this weekend? Or
There's the
just
main, there's
you-
the main what you're watching.
Not just today. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
There's the main video of what you're watching, and then underneath, like, suggested videos. They get graphic with cartoons. You guys know how open I am. Some of that stuff made me blush.
Jeez, that is terrifying.
Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus. So this naturally led me down a rabbit
You
hole.
went. I was gonna say you went down a rabbit hole because you called me into the room like, "Hey Ryan, come watch this."
Yeah.
That's why I didn't hear from me on Sunday.
Yep. So we all know Flo from Progressive.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever heard of Ho from Aggressive? And
That's a thing.
I shit you not. First of all, lady's a dime piece.
She's very attractive. I will give you that.
dime piece. So it starts off, it's Ho, like she's walking around like fixing stuff and trying to be like
It's like
Flo.
all the white. It's like the white room with the white boxes and the white outfits.
But it all says aggressive insurance on it. It's hilarious.
She's walking around like fixing the different boxes to line them up straight and whatnot.
So this guy comes in, starts asking her about different discounts and for home and life, and she's like, no discount. And then he like pokes her tit,
Just one finger pokes the tit.
and she goes, that's a discount. And then he does the other one, that's a discount. And then he like turns her around and smacks her on the ass. She goes, that's not a discount. And then he turns her around and like grabs her by the pussy. She says, that's a discount.
There we go.
And then, like, this is all censored out because this is like a YouTube, like, teaser video. And then she gets on her knees and she goes, this is a big discount. And then the video cuts off. But it is hilarious. I'm surprised that she's not more famous. Like, why isn't there a Ho from Aggressive Insurance series? I don't know.
There very well might be. Did you go that far down the rabbit hole?
No, but I might tonight, sir.
Can I come over to your place tonight, Eric?
They have to create the market before they just start throwing the product out
It's
there.
true. It's true.
But I
Gotta get
just-
the demand.
I just liked it. Aggressive Insurance. Like, I want an Aggressive Insurance t-shirt.
Aggressive
Oh,
insurance.
you should 100%
Don't they call
get
those
that.
condoms? Yeah. Oh, no, that's Plan B. Sorry.
So, Ryan sent this one in. Dean King was a man. I didn't write down the state in this, but whatever. He was looking for a used car, happened to be at a rural property. Apparently, this whole time he's looking at this car, there's a bull bearing down on him. He doesn't see this. So this guy's just looking at a car, then gets gored twice by a fucking bull. Then he hides right in the stomach. He hides for 20 minutes. Oh, it was in California. That's weird.
Not Florida
Not Florida.
Yeah, not Florida. This one's not Florida.
or New Jersey. Damn it. It's never New Jersey. I want it to be.
I got one for you if you guess right.
Well, he pretty much just gave it away.
But they said the bull stood over him for 20 minutes and like lean down and like snarl and do the hoof thing.
Basically, like, get up, bitch, I dare you.
Yeah, until he heard a car come over and like saw the bull bearing down on this dude again, and he started honking on the horn, and he got away. You know what they said saved his life? The extra fat around his stomach.
That's why I'm fat.
So it paid off to be fat in that one.
That's why and fat people are harder to kidnap.
So you've just been preparing for...
Yeah, nobody's gonna kidnap me. I'm fat.
That's not true.
I'm a little too heavy to. I'm just going to dead leg. Like I just go limp.
Just like Mickey, you just go limp.
Yep. Nope. Pick me up. I dare you. Can't do it.
And I'm sure you all saw this one by now. This was big on Facebook. 21 Amelia Holden, student and waitress at a pizzeria in Savannah, Georgia. We've all seen the surveillance footage. I'm I'm assuming.
Oh,
I'm
she
clueless.
fucking chokes.
Well, it's kind of playing off of a story you told us a little while ago.
Throws this dude to the ground.
Yeah, so she's just sitting there like she's a waitress. She's like cleaning a table or something or doing something at the bar. And then this dude walks by.
Ringing up somebody. Anyway.
This dude walks by and just grabs her ass.
yeah, okay.
She turns around and choke slams him to the ground.
Yeah, this was national news. Like this is all over the place.
He
Yeah,
walks
no.
by and she said, "No,
Yeah.
put him in a headlock and just throws him."
Throws him down.
It
Now,
just starts yelling at him.
Do you hear what he said? The reason why? Huh? He said, "Oh, I was just trying to get her to move." Yeah, right. He literally just like rubbed on her.
you
face.
goosed her.
Yeah.
You don't
Right.
goose
I
an
was just-
adult.
Yeah,
She
you,
was-
if you need
I just-
somebody to move, you go, to the upper bag, or, lower bag. Like, excuse me, not tap.
And
their
she's
ass a
really,
couple
you go
times.
nuts to butts and you get sideways. That's acceptable. Maybe. I don't know. Don't me too me over this.
Don't me to me.
But
That was awesome.
have you ever heard of anything? I mean, I'm sure it's happened to some of the gals there. No names, of course.
Oh, I'm sure some of those girls
But
get
have you-
touched, but
you've
nobody
never-
that's ever fought back like that, that's for sure.
Really?
Yeah. I don't
I feel like we know enough people there, or at least did. Like I would try to choke slam a fool if I saw grabbing
Oh,
a
absolutely.
fanny.
Yeah.
Not good. Okay, we're done with
Oh,
that.
yeah. Well, there we go.
We've had some moments when we've been out where guys have been too aggressive with girls, and we've had to step in. It's
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. Well,
Like that fight that you guys were talking about when Jason had to put somebody against a window.
right out in front of Kansas.
I wish I was. I missed that. I missed
That
all
was
the
a
good
good
stuff.
one.
Yeah, you left early that night.
That was a good one.
guy was
Jason leads it off with, "I'm tired of your shit," and puts him up against the glass window. And Jason's so much taller than this dude. The guy's legs are just kicking while he's holding him up against the window. The dude just didn't he like offer you money to like?
Yeah, well,
That's how it all started,
he was
right?
talking to Aaron and was like, "I'll give you like $500." And,
What is this, indecent proposal?
Yeah, right.
And then, yeah, but
Then he-
him and his
then he
buddy
wouldn't
just
go
kept
away.
bothering us. So
Yeah. He started. He
he
was,
got.
Well, then he
got-
started. Then he started going after another one of our girlfriends that was there.
They learned their lesson.
Dude did not. He didn't.
They're not gonna.
He
do
didn't
that
last
again.
long.
Well, this one we were talking about this a little bit before we got started. Police seized 100 pounds of marijuana from a childcare center in North Carolina. A gang unit executed a search warrant on a childcare center known as Tori's Playhouse, which definitely doesn't sound like a daycare center. It sounds like a brothel.
That
to
sounds
me.
like a brothel. Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Is it Tory with an I or Tory with a Y?
I.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's definitely.
They found 100 pounds of marijuana as well as weed-laced gummies, cookies, and half a dozen handguns. How many times did they give gummies and cookies to get these kids to shut up?
Oh,
I would guess every day.
man.
Nap time.
As soon as their parents leave, like, here you go.
Oh, you guys like candy? Here, now go away.
Fuck.
Go
man.
contemplate what the meaning of life is. Here's a cookie.
Yeah. But how would you feel?
They're probably selling
Hi.
it to the parents.
Oh, absolutely.
I completely
That's a hell of a
believe.
front.
Yeah. Like, come pick up your kid. Here's a fucking quarter. You know what I mean? Like, or
It's the
here's
most
your
expensive
fucking
daycare in town.
Yeah.
Shit me.
It's a good way to hide it.
$1,000 a week for our kids to go here. Damn, the weed is so good.
But they arrested the owners, Victoria and Rashad Everett. They got trafficking charges, possession of marijuana, and heroin.
Did they get any child endangerment stuff? I figured they did
I didn't
that.
see any of that on there. You think there would
So
be?
maybe they were just holding it there. Like, maybe they weren't
So
selling it.
how did they figure out that they had all this there?
I don't know. Well, there was a separate bus that was a part of this one. Like they were all working together, where there was also like $70,000 cash found. You know, speaking of this, this goes back to what we recommended this
Yeah.
weekend. Do you watch Netflix, David? You're a red-blooded American. You watch Netflix.
What's Netflix?
There is a documentary on there called The 7-5.
The
That's-
7.5?
It's about the 75th
man,
precinct in New York City
Back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s.
being corrupt as
It
shit.
was
I
like
should check that out.
the worst precinct in the whole city.
So, like, every cop's on the take, and
Yeah, just
Well,
corruption.
and there was this one guy
Just
that
dangerous to live there,
there's this one
to
guy.
work there.
They're talking about it now, or he's out now and he's talking about it.
Sure.
You would not think that he was the ringleader. He looks like your neighbor's dad
He
wearing
was a
New
cop.
Balances.
Yeah, he was a cop.
so he's like the mob boss, basically.
Oh man,
Yeah, well, they have this one dude who was like a fucking gangster, and he was like the head of this cartel in New York City.
All right.
And he was like, when I looked in this dude's eyes, I saw a gangster. When I looked in his partner's eyes, no, they weren't gangster. But this fucking dude, he was a gangster.
Sure.
he had that shit in him, and that's why he got involved with them, because he ended up using this cop as protection to help him keep
sure.
moving fucking,
Oh, and that
cocaine
guy,
shit.
fucking hilarious. He was hilarious. They were asking about the deaths of these two dudes, and he was like,
The guy was standing on, like he was basically encroaching on his territory. Is what happened.
yeah. And they asked him about the death of him in this modern day,
happened to him?
present day, and like, what happened to him? He was like, I'm not saying he's dead, or I'm not saying I killed him, but he's not here anymore. And then they said, well, what about such and such? And he just kind of laughed and goes, like, just
Yeah.
does this
He
number.
just laughed about it. And
throws
didn't
his hands
say
up.
Nothing. It's so fucking funny. But
That same guy that he was like, oh, he's not here anymore. They were like, so he's like, oh, I don't even know what kind of accent it was. It was some.
He's
Puerto
Argent-
Rican. He's Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay.
Puerto
So
Rican.
he's got a little bit of a Hispanic accent, but he's like,
Yeah.
this one guy, he show up on the corner, fat guy, he think he a fucking gangster. He a fucking pussy.
It's just like, just
It
if
just
you
rolls off the tongue.
if you look at the guy, he's freaking hilarious.
Just so matter
I
of
was like, I
fact.
fucked his sister.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's a good one. You should definitely watch that if you haven't seen it yet.
That's our
I'll
Facebook recommendation of the week there.
Netflix.
7-5.
Yeah. What did I say? Facebook?
Yeah.
Our Facebook recommendation is our Rumple Run video.
Oh, absolutely.
Got to watch that.
Yuck.
Rumple will never taste the same again.
It's delicious. Try burp. Yeah, burping it up.
Yep, all 6
After
shots
running.
of that.
But our last one, this guy's the dumbass of the week. Louisiana man arrested after he dialed 911 to see if he had any active warrants. Then officers responded and asked if he knew the difference between an emergency call and a non-emergency call. He said he did. Then he was promptly arrested for misusing the 911 system. Comes with a misdemeanor, 30 days in jail, and a $500 fine.
What? 30 days in jail for that?
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised at the days in jail. I get the fine and like the misdemeanor and like
Wait.
getting taken away for like the one.
I was watching
Is that what he
something-
got? So he actually got 30
No,
days?
it's
Okay, that's
he
the
can't.
penalty you can. So if you don't get a lawyer, basically, then you'll get that. So
Goddamn.
if you try to defend yourself, then you're.
I feel like it wasn't even that big a deal. I mean, he was trying to be responsible, I guess. I don't know. Hey, do I have any warrants out there?
I was watching that John Oliver's last week tonight.
Yeah.
And they talked about the emergency service system and shit like that. And you wouldn't believe how often people call 911 for stupid shit that they don't need to call. And a lot of times, there's a lot of kids.
For
a lot
example?
of little kids will fucking call 911 and just be like, oh, I can't open the pickle jar or some shit like that, you know? Yeah. It's pretty funny, but also that's a big reason why people aren't saved too, because they'll get a call.
They're
and,
handling crank calls?
yeah, and they don't think that it's real. I don't know. It was interesting to watch it.
No shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still back on. I was going to lead to this question, but do you think they actually found that $70,000, or was it $100,000 and then the gang unit split 30 of it?
It depends.
How often do you think that really happens? Even guys who don't consider them.
Cops skim off the top.
Yeah.
I'd guess a lot.
I mean, you watched American Gangster, right?
Never seen it.
Well, they found $1 million in the trunk of a car, and it was in New York City, based there. And the dude's partner was just like, "We can't fucking turn that shit in," because he was scared. Like, cops kill cops that do shit like that. And the fucking detective, he was like, "Fuck that." Well, they counted like $995 or $950,000 instead of the $1 million, and so his buddy took $50,000 and shit like that, and then he was looked like there's a snitch or some shit for doing shit like that. But
Oh, really?
I feel like in that situation, if it's a shit ton of cops coming in to bust somebody, like, you can't skim off the top, because like everybody there's for the same purpose. So
I'm
I'm
saying
sure
if it's
they
a
don't-
tight gang unit,
But
you ever seen Training Day?
I don't know. That's a little bit. No, I think if it's just like, you walked into like a house like that and it's just you and your partner.
Right. How many people
Yeah.
are in the loop? I
Right.
mean, everybody's going to want a little cut.
Right.
All it takes is one guy, ethics guy, to be like, hell no. I'm not taking any. I'm going to rat all y'all out.
Did you watch Bright on Netflix?
Hell
haven't
yeah.
seen that
That's
yet.
a great ass
They fell on
movie.
the fucking wand on that shit, and like 5 of them were like, "We're not calling this in. We're taking it." And Will Smith, of course, the only one that's like, "No, we got to turn it in."
Hell yeah.
And they tried to kill him. Didn't work.
By the way, if you've heard Bright is a bad movie, they're wrong.
Yeah, no, that's a good movie. I like
It's a great action movie.
Still haven't seen it.
Definitely check it out.
No, it's good. I like
And
it.
I'm not even into that like fantasy bullshit. Anyway, what sports do we have?
Royals 3-game win streak. Actually, kind of doing something good now.
Yeah, it's
Eric, how
actually
mad are you
there
about that?
Friday.
We still in line to get that first round pick or first overall?
We're fighting Baltimore for it.
Screwing
Yeah,
up,
we're gonna
winning series and shit. It's the first time they've swept a series since July of last year.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to July.
Hey, it was a good game on Friday, though. I was there.
Were you?
It was great.
Drew Butera got an inside the park home run.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah, I
backup
saw
catcher
it.
got an inside the park home run.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it took a really bad play by somebody and somebody falling
Yeah,
over.
center fielder dove for it and missed it, and then the right fielder had to chase it down to the fence. And
Yep.
They just made a trade for an outfielder from I think the Nationals.
Yeah, it's the
Goodwin.
yeah, see, I thought we were supposed to
Godwin
be
or
selling.
Goodwin?
Why the hell are we picking up people?
Well,
What
This
is that?
stock is
This
going
guy-
to be gone.
well,
But they got an outfielder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's going to play for him for a while.
So then, which outfielder's going? In no way, nobody's going to pick up Gordon.
Herrera, who's playing center field right now, also has played third base before, so they think they might move him to third. Godwin at center, and then that's when Moose leaves, and then you'll have Mondesi at short, Witt at second, and then Duda and Dozier platooning at first, unless they get rid of Duda, which they probably will
I was going to
because
say they're going to have to take a cue from the Orioles if they want to drop all the way to that first pick. They got to start trading their guys away.
well, with Machado gone, the market's already there now, so Moose will be gone. I'd be surprised if Moose is still a
They're not
Royal by
gonna-
the
they're not
by the
gonna
end of
get-
the month.
Yeah, I don't think he'll make it to August 1st.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying the other day, Friday, that they had two scouts at those games checking
Yeah.
out Moose and Escobar from the Twins.
Oh, my God.
From
No
the
wonder.
Phillies and somebody else.
Moose showed up. He had a few good plays on Friday, so no wonder he was playing so well.
There's something different. There's something off there because the dude hit 40 home runs last year. He's doing pretty well power-wise this year, and nobody seems to want him. It's just a very weird
I'm not
situation.
going to lie. I
They're
was
not gonna get
surprised
much for
that
him.
he didn't leave at the same time like Hosmer and
He tried to, but nobody wanted to sign him.
I
That's
know,
why he
what
came
I'm
back.
saying. No one picked him
Really?
up. They picked up
What's the
Hosmer
deal?
and
We offered him a qualifying offer of $17 million, and he turned it down because obviously he thought he was going to get a long-term deal somewhere. Nobody offered him a long-term deal, so he came back for the Royals for $6 million.
Well, I mean, when he hit 40 home runs, that really was his only good year. I mean, he hadn't
His
proven
good power year.
He hadn't proven himself before that, and it was only the season before that where he finally started hitting opposite field and actually was stroking it and getting good hits.
Right.
I mean, before then, it was put the shift on him, and you're going to get this guy out.
Which is
Nine
what they do
times
with
out of
Alex
10.
Gordon right now.
Right.
Some of it also has to do with that draft pick compensation he had on him.
True.
They would have to give up a pick if he was over 50 million. So people are
Right.
less likely to want to do that nowadays. Especially nowadays, people are taking way more stock in their the draft picks. Like it's more coveted having the first round pick than it used to be.
They're wanting to do what the Royals did when we won the World Series and what the Astros did when they won. Get a bunch of young talent for cheap, try to win real quick, and then sell them off, get prospects, and then do it all over again.
There's a lot of guys that took a lot less money than they thought they were going to get last year. Teams are just changing. They don't want to sign these long-term deals with these guys. They'd rather build from within. I think baseball's going to start
And
changing.
I think the Yankees were kind of an example of how that didn't work either, because that's what the Yankees
Well, they would just
MO was
buy
for a
everybody.
long time, was just buy all these all-stars already. They come to New York and then
Right.
don't do anything.
I think that the days of players staying till or waiting until free agent starts is going to change. I think more people are going to be like what was it Trout, who signed
Yep.
early on and signed a long-term 10-year deal. And I think more people are going to do that. The Boris clients of holding out till the last minute are going to stop happening because so many people lost money
Yeah.
by doing it. By holding.
That's
by
what Moose
holding
is
out.
as a Boris client. He got
Exactly.
screwed on it.
Well,
So-
and the penalty for going over that luxury tax threshold,
Yeah.
beginning of last season, they really jacked it up on them.
Right.
Teams don't want to do that either.
Right.
What do we? What about football?
Well, we got the
Training
the
camp
reign
this
of the
week.
future greatest quarterback of all time is about to start.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes
Mahomes.
gonna make it rain. I hope so, at least.
I hope
'Cause
so,
I
too.
liked
I'm not
Alex
gonna
Smith.
lie. I liked Alex
Who?
Smith.
Here's what I hope.
did.
I hope that after they go 4-0, that they don't lose the next 4 games because Andy Reid can't change the damn game plan.
Yeah.
That's what happens every year. And they say it takes 4 games for everybody else in the league to figure you out, and you got to change yourself up. They always come out of the chute first 4 games killing it, and then all of a sudden, we can't move the ball.
Or like last year when the first 4 games you're doing really well going to Kareem Hunt, and then you don't go to him for the next 4 games at all. He averages 10 carries a game after that. It's like You got here by him carrying the ball, catching it out of the backfield.
Right.
Give it to him.
I'm hoping Hunt becomes more of a workhorse this year. There was a lot of games where he would come out of games after the first and second down, and we get a first down. As soon as he came out of the game, it seemed like the offense just would go stale, like immediately.
Yeah.
And I think having Spencer Ware back this year will also help because he's much better than Sharkanic West was.
Right.
So I think that'll help the offense a little.
Didn't
bit.
we say he's probably not going to be on the team?
Probably not after the guys they brought in. I don't see him, and he might make it. It'll.
Who's
Somebody's
sorry.
gonna have to play special teams.
I'm sorry, I'm dumb. But who's the wide receiver we brought in?
Sammy
Watkins, right?
Watkins.
Yep.
So you have him, Tyreek,
Yep.
Two speedsters that can stretch
Kelsey.
the field.
him, Tyreek. Then you have Kelsey and Kareem Hunt all on the field at the same time,
And Mahomes.
and Mahomes.
Yeah, man. If they
Let's
can
do
figure out how to utilize all that talent, my God, we're going to be.
How much of a runner is
Yeah,
Mahomes?
lights
Is
out.
he?
He's
not
a
as much as
passer.
Alex Smith.
Yeah, he's a passer.
Oh, really?
Well, no,
Not?
No.
he's more. I think
He's mobile.
He's
an
not as-
athletic
not as
quarterback,
much as
but he'll
Alex
stay
Smith.
in the pocket. But
he
if
scrambles to
gets
make a throw.
yeah,
Alex Smith would just pull down
Right,
and
but
run.
he's not. He's generally not going to take it and try to get if it's for a first down or something like that. But he's not. He's a throw first, run second kind of guy. Alex
But I
Smith.
feel like every
he
time
would-
Alex Smith ran the ball, it was like we were in a desperate situation where we needed the first down, we needed to fucking score. So he made that play. You know what I mean? And he made the play.
Alex Smith
It's not like
would
he
run.
but he
fucking
also
scrambled and like took like a fucking 10-yard loss every time he did it. You know, I felt like most of the time he did stay in the pocket for as long as he could.
Alex
Like,
Smith was
I don't
known
know.
as a running.
But he is
came-
a running quarterback.
Well,
a
he
little
came from
bit.
Utah where they did run, like they literally had runs for him. Like that was their kind of offense. It literally. The
He
quarterback
surprised
was
me with his speed. I didn't realize how fast he was when we
He's
first got him.
fast.
Yeah, no, he was known as a running quarterback in college.
I'm just ready to see that laser rocket arm.
You'll see Mahomes.
Yeah.
You'll see Mahomes run out of the backfield. He did it during the Denver game last year when he sprinted or when he scrambled 15 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like he'll run out of the pocket. He's like Eric said. He's probably a throw first kind of guy. But if it's there, he's got the speed and he'll run.
I don't know if he's that
I think
fast.
he's probably got a little more confidence. to
He's
get
pretty
them
quick.
throws into the
Yeah.
needle. Alex Smith was just so skittish about throwing into coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, he would just tuck that and run all day long.
When I saw Mahomes have Von Miller wrapped around his legs, he couldn't step into the throw, and he still throws a rocket laser 15 yards to the sideline on target for a first down. That got my dick hard. I'm excited. I was like,
that.
holy shit, that was a hell of a throw. Like, you don't see anybody make that throw.
Yeah, but most people won't try to make that throw because one, they can't, and two, it's dangerous.
right.
And so there's gonna be those moments where you're
There's
gonna
going to be
see
some
that.
growing
There'll
pains.
be growing
with
pains.
Mahomes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
But I'm excited.
He's already
I
getting.
mean, they compare him to like Brett Favre.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
He's the gunslinger type of quarterback.
He'll make that shitty
Not
throw,
only,
and then
not only that, but they both have the same coach.
It
Reed was the
didn't-
quarterback's
Yep.
coach in Green Bay when Favre
That video
came in.
And didn't
popped
Brett
up.
Favre also have like record for most interceptions?
He has the
yeah.
most
Some
interceptions.
shit
He
like
still has the
that.
most interceptions ever.
Yeah.
But now he's got. I think he got. Did Brady pass him for most
Probably.
touchdowns? If he hasn't, he
I have
will.
no idea.
But I think Favre still has the most interceptions of all time.
But
But I mean, Dan Marino did too when he had the most touchdowns. So that's kind of
that video popped up again. I think it was before the draft of Mahomes throwing with a radar. Got it up to 60 miles an hour
He's got a
throwing a
cannon.
football.
Wow.
I think he can throw a baseball 90 or close to 90.
He's not a guy that got drafted to baseball, is he?
I don't. He probably did. His dad played.
His dad was professional.
Yeah, his dad played for the Twins.
Oh, wow.
And he was growing up as a 2-sport athlete, and then was like, well, actually, he was like a 3-sport athlete. I think he played basketball too, but he was like, I want to play football. So he stopped playing everything and focused on football after that.
How about that?
It's rare for people to play multiple sports in college now.
Yeah. What else do we have for sports?
NBA coming to town. It's getting more notoriety. They've been talking about it in the news.
I almost kind of agree with what
And,
you said about
yeah,
that.
I don't think we're a good NBA town.
Oh, as far as NHL being
think it'd
something
be
that
better,
fits
but-
better for this town.
Well, no, it's just kind of a marketing or a negotiating tool. Like there's really another town they want, so they start teasing. Well, we'll go to
Well, it's
Kansas
happened
City.
multiple times.
That's
Yeah.
what the Penguins did to us
Well, what this is
back in the day
well,
before
the,
Crosby
the
was there.
Penguins were trying to get a new lease on their arena. That's why.
Is this an
'cause they were-
expansion team that they're trying to bring here?
No, like they were literally going to move.
No, I mean
No, he's
you're
talking about now.
No, they're talking. Yeah, now it's
Well,
they're talking expansion.
The
expansion.
recruiter for the Mavericks, he played for Missouri, and so he's been trying to get a hold of people, potential, I guess, investors. I guess is what you.
Well, they got to
call
find
them.
someone who's going to own the team.
Yeah,
Hell
to,
yeah.
to put in.
I got
put
$100 right
in-
now. I'm in. I'm in. I'll invest.
We need
Let's
a
crowdfund
NBA
this
team
motherfucker.
You can go to one game with that money.
Let's go to
GoFundMe.
I
Yeah,
just feel
let's
like
crowdfund this.
yeah, it's cool. Concerts come through, and I'm sure they make a lot of money off of these concerts. But Sprint Center's too fucking nice not to have, and it's been there for too long. I feel like now not to
10
have a
years,
franchise
Yeah, it's crazy.
in that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Well, that was what
Like,
they originally built it for, was to have a hockey or an NBA team get here.
But you don't think an NBA team could work here? Or you
think
just
it
think
could.
it's so
Good.
college focused?
I think it could. I just think the town would end up supporting an NHL team better.
I think NHL would work better because there's more NHL teams that are closer to us than NBA teams. Like the closest one is probably OKC and Denver, but for hockey we got Denver, Minnesota's not that far away.
St. Louis.
We got Chicago's not too bad either.
Well, then
right?
if you're talking
And then
about
St.
that, we
Louis
have
is 4 hours
you got
away.
basketball
NBA
teams
in
there.
all those
Yeah,
towns, too.
Not in St. Louis or not OKC.
Well, not St.
We got Denver, and then Minnesota. I guess people from Texas could come up too, but I'm just thinking
We got the Thunder did for NBA.
that's it. Really.
just
And
think
Denver
this-
and Nuggets, but
I feel like
other
it's a
than
college town
And
and
the Timberwolves.
But-
and I don't know the game of ice hockey just I feel like fits more the Midwest kind of feel that Kansas City has
I do
rather
too.
than NBA basketball. I don't know. I don't know that the fan base would support it as well. I think it's more of a college town.
I think it would support either now though, just because now that downtown's developed. You know what I mean? Like I remember like we
got
up,
that
we've
power
talked
line,
about
yeah.
it
True.
before. Like when we were growing up, like nobody wanted to fucking go downtown. Like you
Go
know
to
what I
Kemper?
mean? No
Are you
one
kidding
wanted
me?
To go to Kemper or like now that we got Power and Light and they're developing the whole entire area now is starting to look better. We got the streetcar, and I'm sure that if we did get a fucking franchise here eventually, and I feel like eventually they're going to expand the streetcar as well.
They got to
But-
get businesses on board.
I think either one will work, but I think NHL is the better fit for our city than
I also think the NBA is dying, just
Yeah.
based on how it's set up now with the way teams.
Super teams that are getting
Yeah.
created.
I don't. A small market team's got no chance in a situation like that because nobody's going to want to do that
Yeah.
here, unless you get somebody like LeBron James.
We just need to become one of us needs to become Scrooge McDuck.
yeah.
Just throw all the money at it within the salary cap, whatever. Get someone smarter to run everything, then we get like a LeBron character in.
I
The
mean, if
Kansas
you
City NBA team owned by Bro Soup Time.
Ooh, the KC Bros.
The KC Bros.
the
Bro
thing,
Soup Time Arena.
the thing is about an expansion team is you're going to have a pretty good chance of getting some good players early on because you're going to get a high pick early on, and you're probably going to get in the first few years you're going to be really bad, and so they'd have a chance that way at
Them
least.
growing pains.
You get the right year with the number one pick, you can become good real quick. Cleveland sucked, and then they got LeBron, and then they were
Yeah.
basically playoff year or
Yep.
finals every year. So that's all it takes.
The last thing that I have sports related is nothing local, but Ryan Lochte, USA swimmer,
Oh Jesus.
decided to get a IV drip for some kind of vitamins or something. Took a picture of it, posted it on his Instagram. Immediately notified by USA Swimming, you're suspended 14 months.
14 months.
14 months.
Is this not his first violation?
I don't know if it's his first violation or not, but
Well, he
it's
got in
it's
trouble
illegal
for
for what?
Rio.
Well, he got in trouble for Rio for lying about the cops and wrecking a bathroom and shit.
That's hilarious.
But for him, it's not that big of a deal, and that's not even going to take him out of the Olympics, is it?
I don't believe so.
So it says, it's
Because
14
Winter
months.
Olympics was this last
It's
year,
not like
so
he
he's
can't-
got 2 years.
Yeah, so it's not like he can't train or anything. So it's not going to really.
I guess
Yeah, I
he
guess-
automatically.
But he has
could
to
be
qualify on the
involved-
team.
Yeah,
That's
because
true.
he eventually has to make the Olympic qualifications, and I'm sure you have to go to like different swim
Well,
meets and
he'll miss the
place.
World Championships, but I mean, there'll be. I don't think 14 months is going to put him into the point where the qualifying stuff is going to. I feel like it's still going to be there.
I'd have to look up what they're qualifying. If you have to go to a certain amount and finish in a certain spot, X amount of times
They
or
have an
whatever it
event.
is.
They actually have time trials where that's how you
yeah.
make the team by that.
But that's wild to me. A guy that high profile doesn't know that you can't do that.
Yeah, like
He's a moron. Have
He's
you heard him
not
talk?
smart. He's
not the
very
smartest
fucking
individual.
idiot.
Is he really that
He's
bad?
so
he's
stupid.
pretty
But it's just, I mean,
dumb.
he's not the only one. I mean, there are smart guys like MMA guys that there's a list that they have so many resources, especially with their new UFC is super strict on their drug testing, super strict, and it's self-imposed by USADA. And they could just call this guy anytime and be like, "Hey, is this product? Can I take this product?" And no one does that. So sometimes they'll take like a tainted supplement, and then they'll pop positive on a test, and now they're suspended 14 months.
You got the money. You got like the group around you to where you're getting help from a nutritionist every single day. Ask the guy. Just ask him like, hey, am I supposed to take
Well,
this?
I'm
Happens
sure
all the time in
dude, he
football,
was
too.
given to that by his nutritionist or whoever.
That guy needs to be
But
fired.
I'm sure
That guy-
that
yeah,
dude
that guy
wasn't,
needs to be
didn't
fired.
expect him to be so stupid to fucking post it on social media.
That
You know
Well,
what
he
I
was
mean?
sitting there with his
And I
girlfriend.
think the
His
lesson here is
girlfriend.
be careful what you post. 'cause
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
never know who's going to see it.
Because you're my athlete, you're my all-star athlete.
Hey, thanks,
I'm
man.
like, here, take this, because we're gonna, cycle you off it. But take this right now. I'm gonna trust you enough not. I shouldn't have to tell you don't post this on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. You know what I
Lochte
mean?
took a picture of him and his girlfriend like at a couple's IV drip.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Him and his girlfriend sitting in two different chairs getting drips.
So I'm sure whoever's like, yeah, go ahead and do that, isn't thinking he's gonna fucking be dumb enough to do that shit. That's just my.
Yeah, but he's an idiot. One last thing, real quick. Tim Tebow is dating his second Miss Universe. Shout out Tim Tebow.
Well done.
Second Miss Universe.
Wow.
And he just got hurt. Out for the year.
Well, shoot.
Well, now he's got more time to hang out with her.
Yeah, right?
Win.
Still winning.
Yeah.
Still shout out. All right. For our FMK, this is kind of, I don't know if we go with the cartoon or the guy. The cartoon or the guy.
That was kind of a joke. I was just trying to make you guys laugh when I wrote that down.
Cartoon.
So Flo from Progressive. You have to fuck one, marry one, kill one. Flo from Progressive.
Oh no, the AT&T.
The
You know,
AT&T girl.
I'll show you the
Smoke
AT&T
show.
She's pretty hot. Do you know who this is?
And then
Okay.
right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
See her?
That's what I was thinking. That's a fake.
And-
picture.
That's a fake
Smart.
one. That's a fake one. But
She's
that's what she
super
looks
smart.
like.
Real smart.
Oh, that's actually her real
Jesus
one.
Christ.
Wow.
Super smart.
I think I just changed my mind.
Yeah. And then I guess the fucking esurance girl. Do we go with her?
You don't want to go with Jake from State Farm?
No, not Jake from State Farm. He sounds hideous. All right, you got
he's
to
a
fuck
guy.
one, marry one, kill one. Flo, AT&T girl.
Or animated esurance.
Yeah.
Animated
She
e-shirts.
takes it up the ass, though, so that's a factor.
He's seen it.
Snakes of all varieties.
Snakes in the ass.
Yeah, she gets weird with it.
I think I'm ready. I think I know what I'm doing.
Go.
I'm marrying AT&T girl.
I feel like we're all going to have the same one.
Yep. Fucking esurance girl. Killing Flo.
Oh, okay. Nope. Didn't go that route.
I'm not a big Flo fan.
I can't stand Flo, but I'll go.
Okay.
Marry AT&T girl. Guess fuck Flo because she's actually real, and kill the insurance.
Well, you'd be a cartoon, too.
Okay, then I'll flip it.
So
I'll kill
your,
Flo. I
your
hate Flo.
avatar gets to bone.
Yeah, I guess. Fine. I hate Flo. She's so annoying. I
Okay.
can't stand her. So yeah.
I'm going with Eric's first one.
You going to kill esurance girl?
Yeah.
What about you, David?
Yeah, I mean, after the picture of the rack I saw on 18, I'll have to marry that one.
Super
Well,
smart.
And I guess I fuck Flo. I imagine she's probably pretty dirty.
She'd get dirty.
She's got the name Flo. She's definitely dirty.
And I'm actually with.
I mean, this is like, I'm thinking about Paul Rubens, who was, Pee-wee. Had
Yeah.
a squeaky clean image, and then, he got caught jerking off in a,
Adult theater. That
right.
happens.
So it's like,
that's a thing.
people, that's just a character. People are, you never know. She could worship Satan on her off time. Who knows, right? I mean,
People are weird. But I'm going to go with that too. And while I'm hooking up with Flo, I'm going to try and knock her up. She's got a national commercial. Now I'm going to take care of that baby, and I'm going to get some money. I'm going to be taken care of. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it.
Got it.
But that's our goddamn show. Thank you, David, for stopping by.
Everybody stop by Kansas and see our favorite star tender.
Yep. Stop by Kansas. See him. Probably see us too.
I had a good time. Hopefully this isn't a one-time invite.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, Colby's pretty much dead, so that can just be your microphone now. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for fucksing with us. Share the show. We love you. We're out. Bye.
Boop.